观众朋友好，欢迎收看最新一期的子天访谈录，我是子天 Sky 董。Hi, Danny.
Hi, Sky. It's great to be with you again.
Yes, today's weather is really good.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
It seems like things are getting back to normal.
Yeah, yes.
It's like we are
Yeah.
living a normal life again.
Yeah, I think it's a
We can
brand
go
new
out and
everything.
play. Yes. So there's a lot of hope ahead of us.
Yes.
That's great. Hope everyone is doing well.
So last week we interviewed the Richmond Mayor Rebecca Haas. A lot of the information came out. So can you review again last week our topic to our audience?
Yes, absolutely. Last week, Sky and I'm Danny Nguyen. We had the privilege with our team. We went out to the City Hall in the city of Richmond to interview the newly elected mayor, Mayor Becky Haas. You like her, don't you?
Yeah, I really like her.
She's great. I mean, it's very super nice, great attitude. I like type of woman to be in the leadership positions.
Yeah.
You seem to be connected with her pretty well, right?
Yeah.
What did you like most about her?
I think she gave me the feeling it's really sweet. It's like my family, like my grandma.
Right.
You know, be a leader, I think you have to make people really close, heart to heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I could see the connection between you and her, because the fact that she's a woman and she get elected.
Yeah.
And it's give you hope and inspirations. And if I remember correctly, she had given you a lot of encouragement and inspiration.
Yeah.
That is a great thing,
Yeah.
right? So because tell me, what is in your mind?
Also, she talked about Richmond City, about the history, story. Also, she told us she want to bring business, hotel, more restaurants in downtown.
Yes. I remember you asked her why she decided to run for mayor. And of course, she has shown a lot of passion. I mean, she had lived in her city for more than 5 decades, 50-something years. So I think one of the first quality of a leader, that person must care about his or her city, right?
Yes, she lived in 50 years.
Yeah, so she cares. So every time that you see a leader, if you decided to vote for somebody, make sure that person is genuinely care from the heart. Because if they care from the heart, they were going to have a pure motive.
Yeah.
They're doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, what else do you like about her?
I think she told us, Sky, if you have time, call me. We can working together at the Richmond downtown.
Yes.
I feel like, it's treated me really like a family.
Yes. That is a great point. Leadership, one of the great things about leadership is accessibility. Sometimes, you see people, you see the mayor, councilman, senator, state representative. What good does it do if you don't have access? You cannot be close to that person. So a good thing about this leader is that she gives you her phone number. So basically, she makes herself available, which is a great quality. And you know that our shows, our target audience is the people that we're talking to are business owners, business communities. And this mayor had a great mentality. Yeah. She's a pro-business. Some leaders, they don't like business. Yeah. But they forget the fact that business community is very crucial, because business people bring job.
I think this also is our audience want to know what is connection with the business owner, also the government.
Exactly. That's a great point. Yeah. The government and business and people should be close, because the very core reason for government is what? By the people, for the people, and of the people. And some of the country that people came from, there is a huge gap between government. They look at government as threat. They see police as intimidation. They're afraid of police. They're afraid of the government officials. But in America, it doesn't have to be, especially municipal, local people. It should be close. Yeah. That's why they call public-private partnerships. So what I like the fact that, just like you said, she loved her city. And she had a pro-business mentality. So she she kept inviting over and over again. She want investors who come to the city.
Yeah.
She want developers who come to the city. She want business people to come to the city to open business. Why do you think that she wanted that, Sky?
Because she wanted the city grow up. It's like she carried a baby.
Yes, I love it. Growing, right?
Yeah.
You know, a city can grow in several different ways. I mean, it grows. Richmond has a rich heritage, but growing could be growing economically. That means exactly. If you drive by 59 South and you see a lot of land, what you like about Texas, that land everywhere. Everywhere is land. And you know the word land has a very special meaning for me, Sky. I don't know about you. Land, you know, land of opportunities. Landlord, the people who own land. So land is very important. So basically, you see, Richmond is known to be one of the fastest growing cities in America. Fastest city. So basically for investors, you want to go where the growth is.
Yeah, the location also really good.
Exactly. And when right now, I mean, there's a lot of vacants, there are a lot of land availability. You see land, but before long, you remember like Bel Air and Sugar Land. It used to be like that in 20, 30 years ago. But in the next 20 years, it's going to be like that, Sky. You won't see land anymore. It's going to be covered with buildings, right? So basically, she invited people. But for investors, developers, and business people to come to the city, the question they ask is what? Why? Why should I come to the city? So if you were an investor, what is important? Why should you invest in Richmond instead of Katy, instead of Galveston, instead of why? What is important to you?
I think it's a potential future. I think Katy, Sugar Land is good, but the population already almost full, and the Richmond has the best locations across between Katy and the Sugar Land, and the price is better. Also, I think for normally the residential best is a house price.
Exactly.
And a school.
Right.
And for business owner, it's if you have the big lot, I can build the manufacturing, I can move to the factory.
A city, Sky, it's just like a human. It's called life cycle. You know, you grow just like human. You were born, you grow, you walk, and you reach, and you get old, and you decline. The city, in a way, it had like life cycle. Okay, it's called saturations. For example, you look at Sugar Land or Missouri City or St. Arthur, you know, they grow. So what it means, I'm talking about the physical aspect of it. So that when everywhere is built, you don't see land anymore. Because it is no longer population growth. But land do not grow. So basically, you know, if you want to invest in a piece of land, you want a good price, right? You don't want to pay top dollars. For example, on Bel Air, can you imagine? As a matter of fact, you want to buy a piece of land over here, it's $25, $30 per square foot. Square foot like that.
I know.
You know what I mean? 10 years ago, with $30, you can buy 1,000 feet. Because why? Because of availability. So as an investor, you want to think ahead. Because you want to see where the growth is. Because by the time all the buildings come up, you know, constructions develop, then it's too late. So basically, you position yourself now. That's just where, it's just like a gold finders. You remember the old American, where they go to the west, they explore for land and gold.
So it's the same comparison Texas with New York and California. Texas has more potential future, is good for the price compared to New York. And the Richmond City is comparison, maybe downtown, Memorial, Sugar Land is good. It's like having a week, the land.
Right. Well, going back to our questions, the key is that why, okay, for a person to come to a city,
Yeah.
There must be 3 or 4 important qualities. I mean, it must be a good place to live.
Yeah, good place. Yeah.
What does that mean? Good place to play,
Yeah.
good place to work, and a good place
Yeah.
to shop. So those 4 components create what they call quality of life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You want to move, for a person to move to that city, they want it to be safe.
Yeah, safe is most important.
Safety. You remember
yeah.
all the shooting that we've seen recently.
Yeah.
They want to be safe. They want to have a good school. They want to make sure that there's a fire stations, police stations. They want to.
Convenience.
They
Yeah.
want to have hospitals. They want accessibility.
Yeah.
So that it gives them a peace. Security is number one.
So comparison different city, and what do you think what's different? For example, we interview the Pearland.
Yeah.
Right now it's Richmond.
Yeah.
I think you told me next week maybe Galveston or Katy.
Yeah.
So for your opinion, what's the big difference with this city?
Yeah. Well, city is just like a person. To me, it's just like a 2 beautiful women.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So sometimes you cannot tell. Each one have a different beauty. It's in the eye. But to me, I think they are both quality.
They have their own personality.
Quality,
Yeah.
have purpose. You know, one is young and growing. They're both dynamic.
Yeah.
They have great leaders. They have great leaders. They have great city managers. So, but the question we ask is which one have more land availability? So when you compare, you have to be specific.
Yeah.
Good or bad in what aspect?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, for an investor who looking for new land, maybe they look at the city who has more land to choose from because it's cheap.
Yeah.
The price is low. So basically, in order for an investor to come in, so now the government have a new, it's a new concept. It's called public-private partnership. So before people think, oh, wow, I want to stay away from the government.
Yeah.
Government is no good.
Yeah.
Government collect tax, government intimidation, government give you ticket, government is bad, government is the police.
Yeah.
You know, and then especially for many of us came from country where we used to experience that.
Yeah.
Government and people, you want to stay away from the government as far as possible. But in America, especially now, a new concept called public-private partnership, nothing more than ever, Sky, you know you see the pandemic.
Yeah.
If there was one thing that we learned from the pandemic, one important key thing is that we are no longer operating isolatedly.
Yeah.
You're no longer living in an island. Everything interrelated.
Yeah. It's connection.
Everything is connected. Okay? What happened? People said if somebody sneezes in China, somebody going to get sick in Italy.
Yeah.
A group of bird
Yeah.
creates some wind movement. It will affect the weather in the country nearby. So the concept is everything is interrelated. That is the new. If there's one thing that we learned from the pandemic, we are all human beings are interrelated. Nothing that we do that do not affect other people.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So basically the same thing. The concept is that, you're a private investor. You come to the city. But as much you want to open that business, you want to invest in that land, the city wants you to be there too. Because it's impacted everybody. Think about it. You remember you and I talking about that piece of land, we drove by, we see some of that vacant land with cow on it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you have a manufacturing company. You come and you build like a 100,000 square feet manufacturing company to manufacture certain products.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
You said it good, right? It's great, better than good. The first thing is that look at the city. You know, the tax base, the tax revenues. You know that every city, number one, revenues, the main source of revenue are from property taxes. Okay, can you imagine that piece of land with very low tax? Now a person spent $10 million, then now the city tax That piece of land based on $10 million. So you see the source of income that business generate. Now they use that money to pay for the police, for the fire, for hospitals and all that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's good to know. I think a lot of audience really interesting want to focus the shopping center.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Last time you talk about how to choose land, how to build a shopping center. I think they want to know after I get one, I build a shopping center. Then some details like how to hire people, how to hire tenants.
Yeah. It's more about that. It's a really different topic.
Yeah.
But get back to that. I mean, shopping centers can be one of the possibilities that people build on that land too.
Yeah.
So let's focus. Let's complete our thought on that. Okay. So hopefully the audience will walk away with more deep instead of going wide. So basically. Because every time I tell you, I know I have a point. I'm heading there. I had a destination. We're heading there. Be patient with me. So that's why the government, when you look at land, even to build shopping centers, people look at not land. The biggest mistake people make is that buying a piece of land. They thought the land is land, but it's not. A lot of people lose money because land, when you talk about land, you have to talk about the physical aspect and the legal aspect of it too. You buy that piece of land, the first question is that, do you have utilities? Do you have sewer there? Do you have water? You cannot buy land. You cannot tell the stories about land without mentioning these stuff. It's very critical.
Yeah.
So but you see a lot of track, it's cheap. But the thing is that, I mean, does it got utilities? Where are you going to get the water from?
Yeah.
Where are you going to get the electricity from? Where on the sewer? Where's the wastewater go through?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So it's called infrastructure. That's why it's go back to our story. Okay. What makes me very excited is, we talked to the manager. The manager promised us that when we have a group of people to visit that city, they're going to put a map. Okay. And then our investor can look at the map, and each map will have a color. It will have a designated area to tell investors, this is a very special area. If you invest in this, the government gives you incentive. You hear the key. If there's one thing that you walk away from this show that benefit you as investors, is that not all pieces of lands are the same. Especially with the government support, sometimes you can come in and buy that piece of land, and if that land is located in an economic zone, they can waive a lot of tax.
Yeah.
The government can give you the reimbursement to bring in the utility because it costs money.
Yeah.
The infrastructure, the sewer, the water.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And the street and the road.
Yeah.
So basically, the key is that yes, you can work with the government.
Yeah. You say this, I remember 2 years ago about the mission. There have a company name is Hailiang. He asked the U.S. Embassy in Shanghai, so I want to build a manufactory.
Yes.
So I have to choose the land. Then the embassy, the officer opened the map.
Exactly. See, now you're talking, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, here is Houston, here is this, here.
Yeah.
Then the circle, city, then the investment.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you brought it up.
Yeah.
Because that topic is very relevant. Okay, this is what the audience want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, you see that cities in America is a city with planning. It's called urban and city planning. If you travel to Asia, you see a house here, a small house here, a big house here, manufacturing in the back, and you're like, but in America, do you see that?
Yeah.
They have a certain area. You have a residential, you got industrial, you got hospital, you got retail. Is that true or not?
Yeah.
That's called city and urban planning. That's what make America great is urban planning. So for you to come to a city, you should try understand the city vision. It's called comprehensive. Sometimes they plan it out for 20 years. They have it on the map. They said, okay, on this map, this area, what do you want to do? You build hotel. This area is for hotel. Because if you don't, then you buy a piece of land you think you can build. But that area is not for hotel.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
It's called planning and zoning. Critically important. So that's why hopefully people walk from our show because we have the knowledge depth. We show with them the deep, so they know the details of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, but when you come and then, like you said, they're going to lay out a map. Oh, this area and that area, and that if you, what do you want to planning to do? So the advantages of being of doing that is that you get support from the government. They welcome you, and they show you where the right land is. Sometimes if your company is situated in a certain area, they can give you rebate. It could be $100,000.
Yeah.
And you know what? When you apply for permit, they already know you.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott, we talking about that land. You're not a stranger.
Yeah.
You remember how people complain about the length, the tedious of the application process? But now they know you.
Yeah.
So what is our lesson today? What did we learn today?
It's good. A lot of audience say, it's not I say, it's they say our show is the best for right now. You know why?
Why?
Because every time we bring a city mayor,
Yes.
it's not just interview mayor.
Yes.
We know this city, we know our
you.
home.
Yes, yes.
Then after that, you open your mind to tell our audience,
Exactly.
to review what is the mayor talk with the city bring to us. If you want an investment, what is the benefit from this city?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you and I put a lot of time together.
Yeah.
You and I put a lot of time. We put our heart and our time into this.
Yeah.
It must been some results.
Yeah.
Because if there's no result, the result is ultimately measured by the audience.
Yeah.
If it's not benefit them, this show will be gone.
Yeah. They say they
You know
live
what I
here
mean?
so long,
So-
but they never so deep to know there's a city.
Yeah, this is the detail that they're not in. It's not in the book.
Yeah.
It's from real life experience.
Yes.
You and I. So basically, at least you and I, we're trying to bring them. Can you imagine? They said, "Hey, Sky, I want to meet with the mayor."
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Sky said, "Hey, no problem."
Yeah.
As nice as you are.
Yeah.
You would have a problem. You have a cell phone number. You have, okay, hey, Mayor, this is Sky.
Yeah.
Of course she remember you.
Yeah.
Just, can you imagine the fact that you bring in some people together to meet with the mayor of a city? Just that alone, you see how exciting that is?
Yeah. I have a friend, it's a realtor living in Richmond City. He said, I look at your show right now, I know more about my city. Also have other my friends say, when is my city the turn? Because when I see the show, I know the details. I know my city, the mayor, future,
Yeah.
See if I thinking about I invest in more commercial maybe and residential.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. I wish somebody had told me when I first started.
Yeah.
Nobody told me about all this.
Yeah.
If I was invested, but now sometimes it takes you several years. It takes me to serve several years in the council, in the city. It served me before serving on the council. I serve on board. I serve on planning and city economic committee, this, that, several committee.
Yeah.
So we've gone through a lot. I learned to go a lot in order to learn that. And you know what knowledge is for? Knowledge is not for you to keep. Knowledge is to be shared.
Yeah.
And it's not about being a realtor.
Yeah.
But you have to be a solution. I guess a lot of people ask me, Danny, what makes you really successful? Been successful because you've been a broker, commercial broker for 25 years. It's not about being 25 years, but it's about how actively you involve. You can be a broker for 100 years.
Yeah.
You still involved. So I think our strength here is that we know politics. You cannot, politics and business are going hand. You cannot do business without politics.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think hopefully we will be the bridge, with other
Be the
connections.
bridge, yes.
Bridge to our
Audience and knowledge.
audience. Not only that, but we can be a bridge to introduce them too.
Yeah.
For example, if they're interested, we can put a tour together.
Yeah.
get on the bus and let's tour different
that's
cities.
good. Yeah.
And our goal is big. You and I are planning to interview this. There's several cities. You know, Neatville, Rosenberg, Katy.
You know, even I have a friend from Austin. He's a professor of the UH Austin.
Right.
Yeah. He said, when it's my turn, come to Austin, our mayor.
Sure. We, as a matter of fact, we will bring Austin
because,
to you.
Yeah, this was the show. Got there exciting.
Exactly. I love it. That's why, you know, we do this show. We want to bring the government and business together and working together collaboratively to make something happen. I want people to change the mentality. The mayor, city council, even law enforcement should be friends. They're not enemies. They should be friends. They could help each other. I mean, if our show can accomplish that, that'd be awesome. But there are a lot that we can discuss. We can share. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think keep going is good. Next week, I think you told me maybe Galveston, maybe Katy.
Yes,
right?
as a matter of fact, you know that. I mean, with our connections, we send out invitations, and sometimes, you know, we need to get a confirmation. And even with the confirmation, sometimes, you know, things come up. But you know what? Our goal is we're going to bring the city hall to you. Yeah, we're going to bring the city hall to you. So that's why Sky and I, we go to the city. Maybe in the future, Sky, you know, we're going to have them to give us a tour and explain to us how the municipal, how the government, how city council meet, so that, you know, eventually we're going to bring the local government to our audience. And so that they can have a better understanding of how these different departments, how local government can support them to be more successful as a business, as an investor, as a developer.
Also, the business owner can get more choice to choose which city I want investment.
Exactly, of course. I mean, with all that, and then we can bring in like a permit department. You know, if you want to open a business, how do you go through the permit process? I can invite a planning and zoning department, you know, to come, and we can bring a police chief to come and explain how to keep it safe in your area. What kind of they have a lot of programs that protects business owners. You know what I mean?
And also, thank you so much for the commercial sponsor this show. You know, it's not just the sponsor, the business owner. They work hard. They deserve the good client, good business, good future. Same like your company.
Well, I appreciate you. I mean, you're not sponsored, but you pour a lot of your heart and your soul into this too. So hopefully something good come out of this. But more importantly, give us feedback, okay? So if you want to tour the cities, or if you, you know, when I was on council, every month I go to meeting. Every meeting is, and then at that meeting, Sky, I met with a lot of different mayor, different council from different city. So our contact is very big. So I mean, with our contact, we should hopefully, you know, we will be beneficial to people. And Sky is super nice.
Thank you. I think in future, maybe a few months later, other city, other states, the mayor office will contact us. May I go to a show? Because I want to bring, you know, my city, you know, present my city to your audience.
Right. Well, today you listen to us talking about the how to make the relation. Better relation with the government so that you'll be more successful. But we also want to interview expert. I mean, if you're watching, you have some good, if you're an expert, if you own a title company, bank, insurance company, survey, environmental, I mean, if you think that you're an expert, you have something to share that help our audience, you're welcome to join us as our guest. And of course you can. How do they get a hold of you?
You can call my cell phone.
You will answer, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Danny. Yeah, it's good.
Thank you. It's great to be
Part of you.
to be part of this show, and I
Yeah.
hope you enjoy the show. And I will see you next week. Please be safe.
Yeah, thank you. 这就是今天的子天访谈录 SD Talk Show，我们下期再见。